Hello everyone and welcome to Ucash Crypto, where we talk about the latest crypto news. So make sure to stay updated so you don't miss a beat. Let's get right into it. Ripple CEO says more crypto firms may leave US due to confusing rules. Confusing regulations in the US will push more crypto companies to leave the US as firms like Ripple look to hire and invest outside the country. Europe really has provided leadership, in countries like UAE, the growth you're seeing, even the UK and Singapore, they're providing the clarity about how they will regulate digital assets, Ripple CEO Garlinghouse said on Thursday. And frankly, it's not just Ripple CEO Garlinghouse that is the only one who is concerned about the lack of clarity in the US. Just a couple days ago, we covered how the Chamber of Commerce said that the current regulatory environment is stifling innovation and investment in the US cryptocurrency industry, which is causing many companies to move over to places like Europe and UAE. He further says, I think it's fair to say the US has made it as confusing as possible as to what the rules of the road are for the crypto industry. The SEC has really been at the forefront of that confusion. And frankly, not only is the SEC creating an environment of confusion, but it is taking these cryptocurrency companies to court, and as a result, some cryptocurrencies have been delisted, and all of the holders of those cryptocurrencies has lost millions of dollars. And additionally, we know that CEO of Ripple, as recently as last week, said that it will have to spend $200 million just to defend itself from the SEC when it took Ripple to court in 2020. And as a result of all of this confusion, what are crypto companies doing? Well, Ripple, for example, buys Swiss startup as SEC crackdown forces companies to consider overseas moves. Ripple said on Wednesday it has acquired Mitaco, a Swiss firm that holds digital assets securely on behalf of clients in a bid to expand its international footprint and broaden its range of services. This is the largest deal we've seen in the last year, said Garlinghouse. Ripple invested $250 million of cash off its own balance sheet to fund the acquisition. So the acquisition is a sign of Ripple's commitment to the European market. Mitaco is headquartered in Switzerland, which is a leading financial center in Europe. The acquisition will help Ripple to expand its presence in Europe and to better serve its customers in the region. At a time when others are closing their doors or facing layoffs, I think it's a real important signal for the industry. It's also a signal that Ripple's in a strong position. We're going to play offense. There's a lot of deals people have tried to do during this crypto winter. I think this will really be a mark of crypto spring. So I am really excited that even through all of the confusion and the lawsuits and the back and forth about securities and commodities, I'm glad to see that Ripple is taking a step forward in its expansion, and that they have not either been scared or discouraged to actually grow and offer their services to more clients. But I personally won't go as far as to say that the crypto spring has begun. I think an appropriate time to retouch on this topic will be after the Bitcoin halving, which is in about 11 months. Moving along, Tether buys Bitcoin with a portion of its net profit to back USDT stablecoin. So we know previously Tether held a great deal of its reserve in commercial paper, a form of short-term unsecured debt issued by companies. This is seen to be less safer than other forms of debt such as US Treasury bills. But on Wednesday, Tether announced that it's going to purchase hundreds of millions of dollars worth of Bitcoin to back up its stablecoin. Tether said it would invest 15% of its net profit into Bitcoin to diversify the reserves that back its USDT token, which aims to stick to 1-to-1 peg to the US dollar. And that 15% would roughly amount to $222 million worth of Bitcoin based on the company's last report. So if Tether goes through with this, it would make them an even bigger holder of Bitcoin. Tether already holds $1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin on its balance sheet. Follows moves from notable investors like Paul Tudor Jones and MicroStrategy Michael Saylor to accumulate huge stockpile in the belief that the token is immune to the effects of currency depreciation and inflation. And I would definitely agree with that. Bitcoin is great when fighting inflation and as a store of value. When Tether goes through with its purchase, it will inevitably increase the price of Bitcoin, whatever the price may be at the time. Similarly to like when Tesla bought $1 billion worth of Bitcoin. That's all for today. I'll see you next time. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to stay updated with the latest crypto news.